Hello guys, this is Modest Major here, bringing you some commentary over some Halo 3 Team Slayer gameplay, and I know what you guys are most likely thinking. Oh no, Major, you've gone back to Halo 3, just how desperate are you, my friend? Well, turns out I'm not actually too desperate this time around, because luckily for me, and luckily for the Halo community, what little is left of it, that is, Halo MCC is actually in a pretty good working state right now. And I'm not talking by MCC standards, I'm talking by, just overall multiplayer game standards. It's actually working pretty darn well. Now, before I go into this, I might as well cover the couple of issues I've experienced to give you a more balanced overview and to kind of hopefully guide you through why I have good reason to state that I think it's working, because obviously some of you might be in the mindset of boy cried wolf of, well, yeah, we've been told millions of times by 343 that the game was going to be working, and they've shown us the patch notes, and they've shown us, what's meant to be happening, and they've told us everything's going to be okay whilst we turn over and cry ourselves to sleep. But this time around, there's actually something of substance in the patches, and I kind of like the way they handled this last patch. It's one of the few times I can say, okay, 343, like, this was something a little bit better. I'm not going to go giving them the Medal of Honor anytime soon, but at the same time, they didn't hype it up too much. They kind of just said a patch is coming, it's going through certification. They didn't go through the nitty-gritty details of what might or might not happen. They just put out the patch, and luckily for us, it was pretty good. So basically what happened was, it was 9 AM for me, UK time, which is obviously middle of the night in America, and I was reading tweets from people saying, hey, like, guys, the MCC is actually might be working, like there's a patch that's just come out, and like my instant gut reaction was like either people were jumping the gun, people were getting too optimistic, like what was the catch was essentially my initial reaction. But then again, I am also a nutter. I am a Halo nutter, and my Halo nutter status ensured that I would be taking the day off work and finding out for myself, which some of you might think is insane. It was fairly insane, but it did pay off. I got 9 hours worth of Halo time. I was just playing and playing, streaming all day. I'll leave my stream link in the description because I'm going to be streaming MCC a lot. I do honestly think that MCC is the ultimate stream game, and it's just been such a shame that we haven't been able to capitalize on all of its potential, but now I'm going to go pretty darn hard on the streaming side of things. So I streamed it all day, and really, in terms of inviting people to your game, in terms of joining and backing out and getting new people in, this was something that was really hard to wrap my head around and come to terms with how terrible it was with the initial MCC launch, but it's something that's just noticeably, markedly improved. And we were swapping in and out members of the team. The group would grow from like 1 to 4 to 3 to 2, and there would just be no problems whatsoever. Literally, the only problem I experienced in that respect was when there would be moments where, like, if someone was host of the lobby, it would take forever to find a game, or it'd kick you out. But like, it was just this one specific host, and then and that was when I was like, the panic bells were ringing. I was like tweeting stuff like, uh-oh, like, is this about to go tits up? But really, like, that was just a coincidence. And it seemed pretty good for the most part, and I just got consistent games. The games were finding a lot quicker. I was changing from playlist to playlist to playlist. The one thing I would say is not acceptable in terms of the finding games and the matchmaking reliability, I would say, is BTB is just not on point right now. The lobbies can just take a really, really long time to find games, and sometimes it's just ridiculously long. It's MCC levels of long. And BTB is just not the overall solid experience, and I think that's kind of, that needs to get fixed pretty darn quickly, because BTB is such a vital component of Halo matchmaking for some people. And I managed to play a couple of games. It wasn't unplayable. We could get in games if we got lucky. It depended kind of on the times we were searching and things like that. But it was really, really great, and I don't want to see that missing from the MCC. At the same time, they don't have this massive backlog and this massive laundry list of complaints they need to file through, because they fixed Halo 2 Classic hit detection. The hit detection works pretty darn great across all games, except perhaps Halo 2 Anniversary. Halo 2 Anniversary isn't exactly where I want it to be right now. That was the other problem I wanted to add to that list, but it's a fairly small list, and let's just say the list has shrunk, because the list went from, oh my gosh, this game is unplayable, this game is broken, to okay, I'd like these two little things like tweaked, and obviously people want stuff like ranks, but that's more of a overall like discussion in terms of how the game should, you know, provide us with resources as a player instead of is this game functional or not, and you know, improving functionality. But overall, I'm just super excited, and I basically wanted to make this video urging you guys to, you know, really give it a try, really put some time into it and see if the MCC can make you as happy as it made me and a lot of my other YouTube friends. Don't expect, you know, the biggest miracle of all time, but at the same time know that this game is now playable, know that this game is in a really great functional state, and now we can actually look to building off of this game as a platform for, you know, stuff like Forge maps, for stuff like test playlists, for stuff like ranks in different playlists, and hopefully something like ranked and social would be great because there are a lot of quitters in this game. But, you know, we have something to work with, and I think that's just what we got to take away from this. It hasn't been the ideal experience. We didn't get given the justice we deserve as Halo fans, but at the same time, the Halo community, I feel like, can make this happen. They can make it happen. They can make it an enjoyable experience. We can have a respectable, you know, number of players playing at any time, because the diehards will never stop being diehard. You know what I mean? And I just hope that if you have any power to show people that the MCC is worth playing, give it a try first, and then maybe, you know, stream, maybe YouTube, maybe do whatever's in your power and tell people, hey, the MCC is kind of worth playing again. Because, you know, don't blame free for free. Well, do play free for free, but don't, like, kick yourself just for the mistakes of free for free. Enjoy the fruits of our labor and our dedication, and know that this is pretty fun. Anyway, I've been Modest Major. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Peace out.